So where's Mom?
She's on a date.
What? Oh, she said she wasn't ready.
No, you said she wasn't ready.
Montana, as always, thanks so much for doing this. I always
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
speaking with you.
Absolutely. You as well, brother.
So that opening dinner scene, it's the first time we're seeing the Cooper family dining room since Young Sheldon. Must have been surreal on your end. What was it like stepping back onto that set and sitting across from Zoe and Raegan again?
It's incredible because we're on a completely different stage now. So anything that you see that was in Young Sheldon, it's rebuilt on a completely different stage. And how well do they do it? I mean, you watched it. You can't even tell it's different. You feel like it's
No.
on the same stage, the same place as it was last time. But anytime that we get to have any of the Cooper family back on set, it's always a blast, We had a great family dynamic behind the scenes on that show as we do on this show. So it's anytime we can bring them back, we're always welcoming them.
Sorry someone's a grouchy mess.
Oh, that's okay. It's like their father's still here.
Was it weird at all being back on that set and not seeing Lance at the head of the table?
It always is, man. It really is. Anytime that there's not a pile of food on the other end of the table, we know Lance is missing somewhere.
Connie is trying to set up your mom with a guy.
What? Dad just died.
Georgie clearly has a hard time seeing his mom with someone new.
Well, it's too soon. She's not ready.
Please don't tell me when I'm ready.
Do you think that's coming more from a place of wanting to protect her or struggling to let go of his dad's memory?
I think it's a little bit of both, because I try to, when I get these kind of questions, I try to put myself in Georgie's shoes. And I think it is a little bit more of, trying to protect his mama and this and that. But he does realize that she's a grown woman and can make her own decisions at the end of the day. But they're all going through a hard time with George just passing away and Mary just struggling with it, In her mind, she's probably wanting that comfort from somebody.
Not that it is any of your business, but I enjoy spending time with him.
Now that there's a part of her that's missing and she's going through all these trial and errors trying to figure out how to find that missing part again. With her dating again, none of the kids are very happy about it.
What about Dad? Your dad would want me to be happy. Oh, no, he wouldn't.
They just don't truly understand. They know what they're going through and what they're feeling, but they don't know the connection that Mary and George had as parents and just the love they had for each other, So I don't think Georgie fully understands what Mary's going through. And, maybe it would be good for Mary to, find somebody that puts that peace back in her heart, I guess, But yeah, it's been hard for Georgie to accept that.
Georgie's reaction to me feels tied to that promise he made his dad at the funeral to look after the family. I was thinking a lot about that scene.
Right.
Do you think Georgie is confusing protecting his mom with controlling what comes next for her?
Wow, Ryan, you are good, dude. I'm telling everybody, you are good. You do your research, man. Controlling and protecting. Yes and no. Georgie can be very, just strong-minded on what he wants. And maybe that does kind of come in effect when he's, having these conversations with his mom and he doesn't he wants it to go this way, but she wants I mean, maybe it is kind of maybe he is wanting more of control than he's actually getting, and that's kind of putting him down more into the dirt than he already was because he's realizing that he doesn't have the control he might have thought he did have. He probably wishes he had more control.
That moment when Georgie sees Mary smiling with Joseph through the kitchen shutters and he quietly walks away, I feel like there's so much being said in the silence of that scene. What was running through your mind filming that? What emotions were you channeling there?
Yeah, I was thinking, man, if this was me in this situation, I'd be running through them doors right now. I mean, I would not turn around and just walk off. I would have to say something. But at the same time, you got to respect. I think in that moment, Georgie realized, look, I've got to put my feelings aside and realize what my mom is going through. And if this is what she needs in this moment, then I need to just let it be and walk away. And I think that's what Georgie did. And it was good. I think it was it was probably smart of him to do that rather than going in and doing what he probably wanted to do. It was definitely smart. I think I don't know. I was about to say that was George talking to him, but George would have told him to go in and kick his ass. But
Give him hell! Yeah! Let's give him hell!
I feel like Georgie's already grown up quite a bit just over this first season and change. Do you think he would have made that same decision to just walk away at the beginning of season 1?
I don't think so, because this new business they're starting and everything going on in Mandy's world with her having this newfound fame. I feel like Georgie has matured more over this second season than he has in any of the other seasons. Everything going on, the struggles with dealing with his parent or his father just passing away and all that. I think he's definitely matured a lot over this second season for sure than the first one.
Clearly, this story's far from over at the end of episode 3. How do you think we'll see Georgie process these emotions? Will he visit Dad's grave again? Might Dad come to him in another dream sequence like he did last season?
Let's see. We haven't gone there for the second season yet, but that's just a moment that I think's important for carrying on the George character. I think it's great for the fans to see Georgie going and talking to his father at the gravesite. So I hope they keep that around. We haven't done that the second season, which, hey, season 2 ain't over yet. So we still got a whole lot more to look forward to. So hey, he might go visit his dad at the gravesite, but that is definitely a moment that, like I was saying earlier, in those situations, I just try to put myself in Georgie's shoes. Those are some heartfelt scenes. They really are. I mean, it feels like I'm really talking to George. It feels like I'm really just having a heartfelt conversation, and it feels good to have those moments.
On the work front, Georgie's ambition has been both, I think, his greatest strength and his biggest challenge this season. Georgie's big picture ideas keep clashing with Ruben's more practical approach to business. Do you see Ruben as grounding Georgie or holding him back?
Oh, because that's one thing about Georgia. He is going to go head first, and most of the time he's not going to look back. But this is one of the moments where he's having to slow down and rethink a bunch of stuff that he thought was probably going to be easier than it's actually becoming. Like you said, it's good to have both of them because Ruben is taking it more of like a logical standpoint of it, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So Georgie just loves to go head first. So I'm thinking, yeah, it's definitely a good partnership that they have right now, because if it wasn't for Ruben, there's no telling what Georgie would have done by now. I mean, there's literally no telling.
Fred Fagenbacher is back in episode 4. Without giving too much away, what kind of trouble do Georgie and Ruben get into trying to keep Fagenbacher from running them out of business?
I'm still sore from a scene that we filmed not long ago. We had one rivalry going on with Fagenbacher that we snuck over there to his tire store and did some stuff to him in this episode that we're filming now. He's getting revenge on us. So I'm telling you, there's some good stuff with these episodes coming up. But yeah, that's a great storyline just to have that, because Jim and Fagenbacher, they had that back and forth, but now that Georgie and Ruben have taken over, Fagenbacher thinks he can just walk up in there and take over. He just the big boss in town. And Georgie and Ruben are standing their ground. They're not. Well, I think Georgie's standing his ground a little bit more than Ruben. Ruben's more like going to hide in the bathroom in the back or something, but Georgie's gonna hold his ground. But yeah, it's a great storyline to have that rivalry going on. I think everybody looks forward to it.
Does having a common enemy bring Georgie and Ruben closer together?
Yeah, because I mean they gotta work closer together. They realize that there's a shark in town and he is ready to bite.
What does Mandy think of what Georgie and Ruben are up to?
Mandy's got her own stuff going on with her little ex-boyfriend that keeps coming in town. Georgie's gonna have to do something with him. I don't know what, but we're gonna figure that out.
In episode 5, Georgie finally comes face to face with Mandy's ex and current boss, Scott. How does that first meeting play out? And does Georgie handle himself maybe better or worse than you were expecting?
Yeah, it's fun. It's a funny freaking scene. It is. Georgie comes in all hot-headed, like he was gonna go in there and do something to him and this and that. But then, like in the middle of the scene, Georgie realizes, this guy is not as bad as he thought he was. Georgie kind of gained respect for him in that moment in some sense, which was nice to see. That doesn't mean the next episode Georgie won't be kicking him in the dust, You never know. You got to watch to find out.